What's up, y'all? Today you're gonna see my pull-up split, or more so, my calisthenics split. I guess y'all see bits and pieces of it every day, but today you're gonna see the full workout, edited, chopped up. Let me know what you think. Okay, gang. So I like to do scapular pull-ups as the beginning of my warm-up because, first of all, if you're a long-term athlete, you've been hurt at some point, you don't want to rush the warm-up. And I also do the high pull-ups because scapular pull-ups just don't do it when I'm doing weighted pull-ups. They warm me up and they're good, but now the high pulls, they get my body going, so I know what to expect and how strong I'm gonna be. And the reason why I do one set of the 70, because sometimes I'm strong enough to do 2 sets, sometimes I'm not. So you gotta be real with yourself. You can't do too much, you can't do too little, you gotta do just enough to hit hypertrophy. Now, to me, the real sets begin right there with the 60 pounds because I could do those easily. I can do 5 or 6 reps. But like I said, it just depends on how I feel that day, is how many reps I decide to do on my workout. The most important thing is to get out there. Now, back to the 50-pound pull-ups. I just like to do drop sets when it comes to pull-ups because I can't do 70 pounds for 8 sets or nothing crazy like that. So for me to hit hypertrophy, I have to go up and work my way down. And I threw in the chin-ups this time because lately I haven't been working my biceps as much as I could. And to me, nothing works the biceps out better than a weighted chin-up. Maybe a straight bar curl, but today's not a bicep day. Now, the 40-pound ones, that's when it gets fun, it gets easy. I can hoist my body up super high, and it just feels good to be able to just have some weight and still be able to lift myself so much above the bar that I can see people at the gym. And honestly, people always ask me, why do I do so many pull-ups? Now, like I said, the chin-ups, I haven't been focusing on my biceps like I wanted to, so now I'm going to. But before, I would do 2 sets of pull-ups for each weight that I drop down. But now that I need some focus on my biceps, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing chin-ups for my split on my calisthenics day. Now with the weighted dips, I like to go super low for my warm-up, which is the body weight, and also you'll see I do 35 pounds for my warm-up because I like to do heavy dips, and you just have to make sure that your muscles are stretched out, warmed up. You know, you can't go at this cold. And I always do my dips after my pull-ups, so low-key my body's already warmed up. But like I said earlier, if you're a long-term athlete, you've been hurt before, you don't want to be hurt, you want to make sure you're warmed up. Now the 35-pound one, I love it. Sometimes I do a little bit more to warm up because, you know, I like to do heavy dips. And unfortunately, around this time, my phone started dying, so I couldn't really record all of my dip sets. So if you guys want, I can let y'all know more of how I do them. But that's the money maker right there, the 105+ pound weighted dips. I love those so much. Sometimes I could do 5 or 6. That day, I only did 4. Also, one thing that you didn't see in this video because my phone was dying is I like to turn around on some of my sets also. I don't do them all facing out. Sometimes I face in because different muscles work out different things, you know? And right here is the bread and butter for any manly lift, the overhead press. It feels good to be able to slap on a little bit more weight each time when I do this. And don't come at me saying I'm not going low enough. Dude, this is a lot of weight for me. I go lower whenever I drop the weight because I do 35s and then I'll go to 25s. And yeah.